Once upon a time in the bright and bustling holiday season, where lights twinkle and songs fill the air, there's another story hidden in shadows. Today, we will tell you a secret story. The story of Saint Nick's mysterious friends, Knecht Ruprecht and Krampus, who are both fascinating and a bit spooky. While we enjoy the holiday fun, there's a hidden side, a side as different as day and night. On one side, there's the kind Saint Nick. But on the other, there are Knecht Ruprecht and Krampus, who come from old, sometimes scary traditions. These two have walked with Saint Nick for a long time, balancing good with a bit of fright. Their tales are a forgotten tradition of our holiday fun. We will travel back to see where they came from and why they're still part of our holidays. We'll wander through old forests in Germany, walk in the snowy Alps, and find out about ancient rituals and stories. So, get comfy with a hot cocoa and get ready for an exciting and spooky story. We will learn about Saint Nick's dark companions and what they mean in our celebrations. Let's travel back in time, deep into Germany's old forests, where the story of Knecht Ruprecht began. Imagine a forest wrapped in fog, with tall trees standing like guards over secret tales. Here, Knecht Ruprecht, a cloaked old man with a long beard, steps out from old stories. Knecht Ruprecht is more than just a character from tales. He's quite a puzzle. Often seen with Saint Nick, he's very different from the jolly man with gifts. Ruprecht, profound and wise, is about traditions and teaching right from wrong, like a story that teaches a lesson. But who was Knecht Ruprecht, really? Old stories say he was strict, quizzing children on their prayers and knowledge. Good answers got gifts, but mistakes led to punishment with Ruprecht's switch. You can almost hear his footsteps and voice in the quiet German forests, a part of the holiday season long ago. His story, tied to old ways and beliefs, shows us a world where stories were more than just fun. They taught important lessons. As we learn more about Knecht Ruprecht, we see how these old figures still touch our holidays. Though very old, their stories still speak to us, reminding us of values and beliefs from long ago. Knecht Ruprecht's story is just the beginning of our journey. Next, we go to a darker and scarier Christmas tradition. Now, we head to the snowy mountains of Europe, where the tale of Krampus originates. Krampus is a creature more spooky than any we've met before. He rivals the lore of Halloween more than Christmas. Krampus, with a scary look, represents old fears and wild nature. Picture a creature from a nightmare, big and scary, with horns covered in dark fur and a long, treacherous tongue. Krampus is the opposite of Saint Nick. Krampus is a dark shadow in the bright holiday season. His job, to remind those who have been naughty of what's right. On Krampusnacht, the night before St. Nicholas Day, something spooky happens. Krampus walks the streets, with chains making noise and bells ringing a warning. The air fills with the sound of his scary growls. For children in the mountains, this night was both scary and exciting. Krampus was a real-life reminder of what could happen if they were naughty, a dark part of old stories. But where did Krampus come from? How did this scary creature become part of our holidays? Krampus's story is as old as the mountains, coming from ancient rituals and beliefs. Take, for example, this legend of Krampus. Long ago, in a small mountain village, a tale sent shivers down the spines of all who heard it. It was the story of a woodsman, known for his gruff manner and scornful disbelief in the legends of old. He often mocked the tales of Krampus, dismissing them as mere children's stories. Each year, as Krampusnacht approached, while the village prepared with a mix of fear and respect, the woodsman would laugh and jeer. boasting that he feared no mythical beast. One cold winter night, the woodsman decided to prove his bravery. He ventured into the frosty forest, mocking Krampus with loud calls and laughter. The village folk pleaded with him not to tempt fate, but he waved them off, disappearing into the snowy woods. As night fell, an eerie silence enveloped the village. The woodsman did not return. Concern turned to fear as the hours passed. Some villagers whispered that they had heard distant, ominous chains rattling and a deep, growling laughter in the direction the woodsman had gone. The following day, a group of villagers, their hearts heavy with dread, entered the forest to search for the woodsman. Deep in the woods, they found his axe lying beside a set of enormous, hoof-like footprints and a trail of strange, dark fur. The footprints led to the edge of a steep cliff, where they ended. Of the woodsman, there was no other trace. The village never saw the woodsman again. From that day on, the tale of the lost woodsman became a grim reminder of the power of Krampus. It was said that Krampus had taken him, a warning to those who dared mock the ancient traditions and spirits of the mountains. This story exemplifies the dark, mysterious world of Krampus. Long ago, before Christianity spread across Europe, people believed deeply in nature and its powers. These old beliefs were a big part of daily life. The characters who would become Knecht Ruprecht and Krampus probably started with these ancient beliefs, showing the different sides of nature, the good and the bad, the gifts and the lessons. When Christianity started spreading through Europe, it met these old beliefs. Instead of getting rid of them, the Christian teachers mixed them into their stories. This mix wasn't just about religion, but was a blending of stories and symbols, making a rich story with many layers. In this mix, Knecht Ruprecht and Krampus joined the story of St. Nicholas, showing the balance of rewards and lessons in old and new beliefs. Over hundreds of years, these stories kept changing, reflecting what people believed and feared. They became more than just characters. They became a way to pass down wisdom and warnings. The changes in Knecht Ruprecht and Krampus show how stories can connect old and new, nature and religion. As we learn about how these stories changed, we're not just finding out about two mythical characters. We're learning about how European culture altered and how this continues to shape our holidays and our understanding of the past. How did these old symbols of fear and lessons find a place in today's world? In our world, where traditions keep changing, Knecht Ruprecht and Krampus are more than just holiday stories. They connect us to the past and the mysteries of old celebrations. In parts of Europe, where their stories are well known, people celebrate them interestingly, mixing respect and fun. Parades and festivals for Krampus and Ruprecht draw people who want to see a different side of the holidays. Once a strict reminder of being good, Knecht Ruprecht has become kinder in many places, shown in a way that mixes old traditions with today's holiday fun. Meanwhile, Krampus has become very popular, especially in movies and TV shows. He has moved from old stories to being a fun, scary part of today's culture, often mixing a little fright with laughter. But what does this new interest tell us about our world? In a time when old and new often mix, the lasting interest in Knecht Ruprecht and Krampus shows we still love old stories and enjoy telling them. These characters, with their long histories, not only connect us to our past, but also let us explore important ideas today. Ideas about right and wrong, and the difference between good and bad. As we think about how Knecht Ruprecht and Krampus are seen today, we also think about how old stories can stay alive in a changing world. Once symbols of fear and lessons, they have become interesting characters that keep us curious, entertain us, and connect us to our shared history. The tales of Knecht Ruprecht and Krampus are more than just old stories. They're essential parts of what we value and how we have fun. They remind us that our holiday traditions are about more than just happiness and light. They include mysterious and darker parts of our history. These characters, coming from old stories and changing through many years of telling, show how complex people can be. They remind us of a time when stories were a powerful way to teach, warn, share values, and have fun. As we enjoy the holiday season, let's remember the exciting and sometimes surprising origins of these figures who have lasted so long. The stories of Knecht Ruprecht and Krampus show how old myths and legends can last through many generations. They invite us to look deeper into our holiday traditions, finding out more about where they come from. By understanding these characters, we connect to our past and the many people who have told these stories, passing them down through time. So, as we celebrate, let's treasure these stories. They give us a look into the past, show us our present, and open up our imaginations for the future. The story of Knecht Ruprecht and Krampus is more than just a holiday tale. It's a colorful chapter in the ongoing story of human culture and tradition. If you found this journey into the dark beginnings of Saint Nick's evil helpers intriguing, please like, share, and subscribe for more interesting looks into history.